Hello everybody and welcome back to another trip report. My name is Hugo and today I'm here at Sydney Kingsford Smith International Airport's Terminal 1. I'm very excited today. I'm going to be taking a flight on board one of Qantas A330-200s in business class on a long haul flight from here in Sydney to Jakarta in Indonesia. It's my first time flying long haul in business class, so I'm very much looking forward to seeing what it's like. I flew in on a Qantas 737 this morning and I took the Qantas transfer to get here, but it's no different in business and I've showed it many times, so that's why I haven't really shown it today. I'm just up here now, the level above the duty-free section, because this is where the Qantas Business Lounge is, which we have access to thanks to the business class ticket. So let's go and check that out. The Qantas International Business Lounge here in Sydney is, I think in theory, Qantas' flagship business class lounge. Keep that in mind. It's undergoing renovations at the moment and it already feels slightly nicer than in the past. I think there's different or louder music or something. For food they have a plate of the day, so one a la carte dish, as well as a buffet selection which to be honest was very average. There's a great alcoholic drink selection, though there's no manned full bar. There is barista coffee though. At this time the lounge was busy, there was limited seats available, and it quite often is busy since it's the only one more lounge here. The lounge staff have been amazing though. Overall, I think it's an adequate lounge, but not very good for a flagship lounge. Not too far from our gate was this beautiful Scoot Pokemon 787. Sporting a not nearly as exciting special livery is my ride to Jakarta. Victor Hotel Echo Bravo Sierra is a 2011 built Airbus A330-200 which was delivered new to Jetstar before being transferred to Qantas in 2013. It was fitted with its current configuration in 2018, with that configuration being Qantas International A330-200 configuration, which has the same seat as the domestic one in business class, but I believe one less business class seat, and the configuration's a little bit different. Up until not long before the flight, this flight was scheduled on a domestic configured A330, so when it got changed relatively last minute, it messed up the seats which we'd picked, but the amazing lounge staff helped us out with that. This aircraft was recently painted in the One World special livery.
We will be boarding by group numbers. Please check your boarding pass for your assigned group number. Your boarding pass will not scan at the gate if your group has not been called. If you do not have any group list on your boarding pass, please board in group 6. Please remain clear of the gate until your group has been called.
Good, thanks, how are you? Thank you. Boarding was done by groups, I guess that's now getting fully rolled out, and started slightly late.
How are you?
Good, thanks, how are you?
Good to see you, Hugo, is it?
Yes.
Hi, Fiona, welcome.
That's all right.
Number 4.
Thank you. Welcome on board one of Qantas A330-200s with the international or long haul, whatever you want to call it, configuration. Featuring 27 business class seats with the Thomson AeroVantage XL seat model in a staggered 1-2-1 configuration across 2 cabins. And then behind that there's 224 economy seats in a 2-4-2 configuration. My seat for this flight will be 4A, a true window seat in the main business class cabin. Waiting for me on my seat was an amenity kit, a menu, a pillow, a mattress topper and a blanket of sorts. Each business class seat features a headrest which is adjustable on the sides, but you can't adjust it vertically, you might be able to tilt it though.
Hi everyone, once you found your seat please take this.
Welcome drinks were soon offered, with there being champagne or sparkling water. Leg space at this seat is incredible as expected. The in-flight entertainment screen is pretty big but not adjustable. There's some seat controls. Pyjamas were offered not long after I got on board, but I think they only had large. Waiting at the seat was also a bottle of water and a pair of headphones. Where those two were, there's a bit of space where you can store some literature or something like that. There's the amenity kit and menu, which we'll take a look at later.
On behalf of Captain Stuart Wilson, First Officer Andrew, your customer service supervisor Mel, and the entire crew, welcome on board our flight to Jakarta. We'd also like to welcome back our Qantas and One World frequent flyers, along with our Qantas Business Rewards.
There's a universal power socket, a USB-A port and an audio port. Up there's an adjustable reading light. And there's a literature compartment. You can open up this kind of armrest to find the remote for the IFE. And here's the tray table. I do like the seat and its design, and also the wood and black. An area where this seat does lack though a little bit is storage, but otherwise it's great. I'm very pleased with everything that was waiting on the seat, and I'm so excited for this flight.
Thank you. Would the cabin crew please arm doors and cross-check?
Hi, and welcome to my magic place. Welcome to Qantas.
And you're in a Qantas Airbus A330.
Fasten your seatbelt by inserting the clasp into the buckle and tighten by pulling the strap.
It's time to get ready for takeoff.
We hope your trip is a safe one, and we hope you get to your magic place again really soon. Thank you for choosing to fly Qantas.
It's now time for pushback, about 10 minutes behind schedule. If you're enjoying this video so far and you'd like to see more like it, liking and subscribing is a great way to help out me and the channel. It would help for this video to be shown to more people, which would help me to be able to make more of these videos, and it would be very much appreciated. But if you don't want to, that's completely okay. It's now time for takeoff on runway 34 left. Here's a look at the menu for this flight. When the crew came around and took my order, apparently all the options were still available. It's great to have 4 options. Now before it's lunchtime, let's take a quick look at the in-flight entertainment screen. It's quite responsive and has a fantastic selection of movies as well as a good selection of TV shows. There's also audio entertainment, a kids section as well, but no games. It's still quite an outdated in-flight mapping application. Also, skippable ads are played before movies. I believe the entertainment is powered by Panasonic's X2 system. This specific aircraft is equipped with Wi-Fi, which is free for all passengers in all classes, and it is capable of streaming, but it only works while we're still flying over Australia. Also, only some of Qantas internationally configured A330-200s are equipped with this Wi-Fi. I think all of the domestic ones are. Well, a little bit after takeoff, nuts and a drink were offered. I think I went with the ginger ale, and the nuts were nice. Then a little later, first salad and bread was offered with French butter, alongside a drink and still or sparkling water. And my entree was soon brought out and the green tea I ordered. The salad was great, and the chicken skewers were delicious, so soft. The focaccia was not bad. The crew soon came around and collected rubbish and offered more focaccia. Now for my main, I went for the char-grilled Humpty Doo barramundi. It was tasty. I don't eat fish heaps, but the barramundi was super soft to the point where it was difficult to eat a little bit. It was a tasty dish, though not incredible, but still. I was able to try the steak dish, and I feel like I might be a bit spoiled with steak, but it was pretty average. And then for the main dessert, this cake or whatever was not what I was expecting with it being in a glass, but it was delicious. Lindt chocolates were also soon offered. I later asked for a hot chocolate, which was nice. Now let's take a look at what's in the amenity kit. There's a pair of socks, as well as an eye mask, earplugs, some creams and lip balm, and a dental kit. I didn't note anything down, but based on memory, the blanket was comfy. The creams and stuff that were in the amenity kit were like tiny. There's hardly anything in them. Here's a look at the footwell and the bed in full flat mode. The bed is fantastic. It's very flat and spacious, including with plenty of leg space. About 2.5 hours before landing, the crew came around and offered the in-flight snacks, which were on the menu. The vanilla bean cookies were pretty good. Here's a look at one of the lavatories, which is pretty clean, which has hand soap, lotion and sanitizer as additional amenities, but not cologne or facial mist or anything like that. This lavatory is not that big for a wide body. As expected, the Wi-Fi connection was lost a bit after leaving the skies above Australia. While there was coverage, the Wi-Fi was average but not horrible. About an hour and 15 minutes before landing, a light meal was offered along with a drink. I got the tamarind tiger prawns. They were tasty. Prawns aren't really my thing and I don't really eat them often, so I don't really know how good they were, but it was another tasty but not outstanding dish in my opinion.
Can be completed online. There will be QR codes if you haven't already done this. There will be QR codes that you can scan in the arrival.
I asked if they still had ice cream sandwiches left over, and they did. It was delish. After the service, they came round and offered ice cream sandwiches after I'd already got one, and also offered a couple other snacks. At one point during the flight, the crew came around and offered water. By the way, there were a few Indonesian-speaking crew on this flight.
All crew.
I noticed it looks like the middle seats have a little more storage, with there being another compartment of sorts. Now, as we're descending into Jakarta, please allow me to conclude this flight with Qantas. Transferring from Terminal 3 in Sydney was better than sometimes, as it was quieter and there was priority security. The Qantas Business Lounge in Sydney does the job, but it's not great for a flagship lounge. So I'm looking forward to the improvements. Boarding was good, I guess, since we had priority, no problems there. Also, both the ground staff and the onboard staff were incredible today. In some ways they went above and beyond, and I've been impressed. They did make the experience feel more personalised. The seat is fantastic. The AeroVantage XL is probably my favourite business class seat which I've tried, and I like the Qantas touches. The amenities waiting on the seat were fantastic also. I wasn't sure if we'd get an amenity kit or at least without asking, so that was a nice surprise. The in-flight service was of a great quantity and generally the food was great, but it wasn't amazing. The first in-flight service could have been quicker, but it is a day flight and at least it felt relaxed. I think that the alcoholic drink selection looks fabulous, but the non-alcoholic selection is nothing outside of the ordinary, but there's no mocktails or anything, which is a bit disappointing for me. The in-flight entertainment screen is great overall. It doesn't have some of the bells and whistles which newer planes have, but still, having Wi-Fi for most of the route is nice. Though it wasn't that fast, and these days in business it's pretty much standard on premium airlines to have it for the whole flight. With this configuration too, not all are equipped. Also, there was no hot towels at all. I don't mind that much, but that's very much a long-haul business class norm. Even in some airlines in short-haul business, I flew Thai Airways earlier this year on a 2-hour flight and was given 2 hot towels. The cabin temp was cooler-ish at the start, but was warmer at the end. So overall, I had an incredible time because this was my first long-haul business class flight. And I do think that Qantas offers a great product, but it's not world class. I love the seat and the crew were amazing. I don't have any other long-haul business class flights to compare this to. We'll soon pull into the gate about 12 minutes early, after quite a short flight time for this route. But for now, please enjoy the rest of the approach and landing on Jakarta Soekarno Hatta International Airport's runway 25 left. I do want to say that I'm so incredibly grateful to be able to have this experience. I know it's something not many people get to do, and I feel so very grateful to everyone who has made it possible for me to have this experience.
Welcome to Jakarta, where the local time is 6:32 p.m. Please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the seatbelt sign is off. On behalf of your wonderful crew and all of us here at Qantas M1 World, we do thank you for flying with us. If you're visiting Jakarta, we hope you enjoy your stay, and of course, for those returning, welcome home. Selamat datang di Jakarta. Waktu setempat adalah jam 6:32 minit. Terima kasih untuk terbang bersama kami. Selamat malam.
I'd like to take this time to thank you all so much for watching this video. I'd also like to thank all of my incredible Patreons for helping to make these videos possible. Their support is truly so much appreciated, and I couldn't do what I do without them. So thank you so much to them.
Bye-bye.
Once again, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing day, and I look forward to hopefully seeing you on my next trip report next Saturday at 5 PM Melbourne time.